Hi, and thanks again, everybody. Hope you're having a safe Memorial Day weekend. When I was a kid, Memorial Day was called Decoration Day, and a lot has changed in the way we celebrate it or don't celebrate it. The Indy 500 has traditionally been run on Memorial Day weekend. A couple of years ago, I started putting together an audio book about my childhood called Daddy Had a Dollar, narrated by my good friend Jimmy Weldon. There's a chapter in it about Memorial Day. I've edited it for you, and I thought you might like to hear that segment again.
In my childhood, growing up in Indiana, when it came to what you might call the regular holidays, each had its own special significance. We all have a flood of memories rushing toward us when we think of Christmas or Thanksgiving, for example. But there were three other holidays that always evoked memories of better weather, of summer vacation, and freedom from school. Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day. Actually, I should put in an amendment here. The first two of those holidays always remind me of the time when I wasn't tied to school. But alas, Labor Day, though a part of what I think of as summertime vacations, actually signaled the end of summer for me. You see, when I was in school, our summertime vacation was ushered in by Memorial Day. It was brought to a close by Labor Day. Today it seems like kids have a much shorter vacation than we did. Often we got out of school a few days before Memorial Day. Now things are different. But back to the three warm weather holidays. Of the three, Memorial Day has a special spot in my heart. You may remember that the holiday began as Decoration Day, a time set aside to adorn the graves of the dead from long-gone wars. I can remember as a child going to a small cemetery in a little town where my mother had grown up. She would decorate the graves of her long-gone parents and aunts and uncles. Often soldiers of past wars would show up in uniforms in which they served. I remember asking my mom about some veterans in what I thought were odd-looking outfits. They served in the Spanish-American War, she told me. You'll learn about that when you get older. Memorial Days were mostly bright and warm in Indiana. Had to be. After all, God wouldn't allow the 500-mile race to be run in a thunderstorm.
From Indianapolis, Indiana, scene of the world's greatest race cars, this is Sid Collins saying welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
On the front page of the Indianapolis paper was a listing of all 33 drivers for the race and a grid to keep track of their progress at 100-mile intervals. As she listened to our big kitchen radio, Mom filled in the blanks. In her mind, she was the chief statistician for the race. And she wasn't alone. There must have been tens of thousands of ordinary moms who, for one day, pencil in hand, were the official recorders of the Indy 500. Then we held our breaths as the words, "Gentlemen, start your engines," were spoken by track owner Tony Hullman.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
A thunderous roar went up as 33 of the finest racing machines in the world thundered to life. For the next 500 miles, we were wrapped up in the incredible word pictures that an amazing crew of reporters was painting. As Mom sat in the kitchen, pencil in hand, glued to the coverage, and Dad and I washed the car. Back in my childhood where it seemed nothing was wrong and everything was right, as we listened to the greatest spectacle in racing.